Dr. Mallika Marshall joins us now here on CBS News Boston. And it's important to note, Doctor, you point out that it's not just children who have trouble processing a tragic, upsetting event like these. It's adults as well.
It's adults as well. And those of us who are parents, when things like this happen, we immediately think, what do we tell our kids? How do we reassure them that they're safe? How do we help them process their feelings and emotions? But we also have to recognize that we're going to have some of those same emotions, right? Because tragedies like this rock our own sense of security and belief that there is order in this world, and make us question whether we can, in fact, keep our children safe. So I think it's important to remember that we too are processing information. I know yesterday, it was my birthday. I had just worked at the clinic. I got into my car and turned on the radio and heard the news. And I sat there for a few minutes and teared up and thought, I can't do this right now. And I really had to put blinders on.
Sure.
And say, I just can't think about it or process it for the next few hours until I get through the rest of the day.
You know, you're a good example as an MD. You have to do that a lot.
Yes,
right? In very
compartmentalize.
traumatic, upsetting situations, and we see doctors do that every day, and that takes a lot of mental strength. So what is the first thing that adults should consider when it comes to making sense of something so senseless?
Right. So again, recognize that you're going to have a range of emotions. You might be angry, you might be sad, you might feel like you're despairing. But take comfort in the fact that other people are going through some of those same emotions. You are not alone. And pay attention to the people around you. Sort of get a sense as to what they're going through. I know that a friend of mine said that he returned from work yesterday and his wife was in tears. And even though he wasn't feeling the emotions yet, she was. And so she really needed him to be supportive of her in that moment. So think about your own emotions, recognize them, embrace them, and look out for your loved ones.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, we're journalists, and I had a son who said to me last night, you know, Mom, we don't have to watch this all night long. We'll find out a lot of the facts tomorrow. And I thought, you know, you're right.
He's absolutely right.
We turned it off for a little while.
Yeah.
Any changes in our own behavior that we should consider or be aware of?
So I think we should always try to maintain our daily routine, right? Get up at the same time every morning, eat your breakfast, go to work, do whatever you normally do as best you can. And it's times like these that we really need to focus on the basics again. Eating healthy, trying to get as much sleep as possible, making sure you get regular exercise, which we know can do wonders for mental health. Go outdoors and enjoy some fresh air, do some gardening, listen to a book, listen to some relaxing music, meditation, journaling can often help in these situations. Whatever you need to sort of help you process and calm down a little bit.
Smell the lilacs that are out there right now. And as I just brought up a few moments ago, should you, if you find yourself getting really depressed and upset, should you just stop watching the news?
Well, I don't think you can put blinders on like I did for a few hours yesterday. You definitely want to be informed, right? So you want to listen to what's happening, but we don't want to wallow in it. Right? So you don't want to spend endless hours. I know that my mom sometimes does that because she is a journalist and she just can't not watch the news 24/7. But for some of us, that's not really healthy. And for some of us, it can trigger feelings of despair or PTSD in some people. So others might want to stay informed and actually feel like they want to do something. So they might go out and be active and write their legislators or go out and sort of you know, try to make some changes happen so that this doesn't happen again. But just keep an eye on how much media you're internalizing and you're watching, and try to limit it so that you're just getting the basic facts.
And as you point out, this is going to be, you know, it can be an overused word lately, but this can trigger some really deep emotions of trauma in a lot of people. So when do you really know that you need to seek professional help?
So if you're ruminating and you can't stop thinking about these events or other events that it might bring up in your memory, if you can't sleep, if you can't eat, if you can't function at work or at home, if you're experiencing overwhelming fear or a lot of anxiety, then it's time for you to seek professional help. And again, look for those behaviors in family members and in friends. Or if someone tells you, I think you need to get some help, they must be seeing something that leads them to that conclusion. So it's time to reach out to professional help.
Important things to think about. Dr. Mallika Marshall, thank you so much.